Welcome everybody, Kienan O'Doherty here, sports reporter for the Press Democrat. We are here at St. Vincent de Paul getting our preseason football coverage underway. Here with senior Kai Hall. Kai, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. I mean, senior year, right? Last ride a little bit. How would you culminate your last 4 years here? I mean, obviously you took a step back sophomore year, but your freshman and junior seasons were pretty strong. Just how would you categorize your 4 years so far?
I mean, I would categorize them as great. Like, honestly, that's what they are. We came from like a small program where no one really thought we would, amount to anything, to being one of the top schools in the East. So,
yeah. Have you always been a football guy?
Not always. I got into football about my 6th grade year. I wasn't very good. I was just kind of there. My mom would tell you how when I was little, I would just sit there and pick berries because there was a blackberry bush next to our practice, and I just wasn't really there. And then I think I came a long way.
Yeah. So I mean, what kind of got your football interest underway?
When I realized that I, wasn't so bad. At first I was just kind of playing to play. I was like, going to like a smaller school when I had a chance to start on varsity. I thought that was pretty cool. And then after that season, when I rushed for a little over 1,700 yards, I thought, I think I can do this for my future.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got some pretty good legs on you, man.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously you have records. You're close to breaking those records. I mean, in terms of mindset, do you have those in the back of your mind, or are you just solely focused on football winning? What's kind of your mindset?
I mean, of course I want to, break those records because I have 2 of my old football coaches that hold those records. So I kind of just, want to play, see how the season goes. My first goal is to win a state championship, whether I break those records or not. That's my goal, and I want to help contribute to take my team there.
Yeah. Looking at your team now, right? How do you feel your team stacks up against the rest of the NBL?
Honestly, I'm not very worried at all. I think we can win this league, honestly, and I think we can take it to get a state championship.
I have pretty good confidence in you, hung young man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously the league flip-flopped a little bit. Some teams went up, some teams came back down. I mean, is it kind of a take it game by game thing, or do you already have enough confidence in yourself, like you just said, to really take it to that next level?
Well, I feel like, of course, I'm confident in myself, but honestly, I'm confident in my team as a whole. I'm confident to run behind my line. This O-line, I've really never been this excited to run behind a line before, and I know all these individuals. I've played with them, I've seen them grow, and I'm proud of them and happy to run behind them. But also, I feel like at SV, our strong suit is our defense, not even our offense, and I'm not a part of the defense very much. I try to be out there, but I don't start on defense. I feel like the defense is a whole other ball game. So I feel like our strong suit is our defense. So when it comes to being confident in our team and stuff like that, solely defense.
Yeah. How has Trent helped you these last couple of years?
I would say the drive and support from Coach Trent and the rest of the coaching staff has helped me a lot.
Yeah. And obviously you did have some pretty serious injuries this last year. How are you feeling now? How is the body feeling, and is it just raring to go again?
Well, I always feel that when it comes to injuries and surgeries and things like that, when people come back, they're afraid of re-injuring or having to go through the whole process of rehabilitation and all that stuff. I kind of feel like it hasn't crossed my mind necessarily. I just really want to get back on the field and play football, honestly. So when it comes to just having surgery, I think I just had surgery, but I feel like I'm ready to get back on the field and make tackles and all that stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I would be as well. You're a young guy, got a lot of spring in your step still. So you look forward. I know you want to take it game by game, but you look forward to the end of the season, right? What is the dream? What is the goal? Where do you want you and your team to be at the end of the season?
To win state for sure. That's the only goal. We've been talking about that since we were 1 game short last season. We had a few injuries, yes, but honestly, they outdogged us. We played at Argonaut, and they just outdogged us and showed that they wanted it more. But this year, being under the senior leadership with me and, like Cam Vaughn and Nathan Rooks and Jarrett Beausarge, being under our leadership, I feel like we want it more than anybody else. And that's That's the only way to say it.
So where does that dog come from? Does that start at the top and come on and kind of trickle its way down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when you have a goal like that, like you ask an NFL player what their goal is for the season, they're going to say the Super Bowl, correct? Or make it far in playoffs, all those things. So I feel like at a high school level, at a college level, that's what you think about too. Yeah, of course you take it game by game and you don't overlook any opponent, but the goal is to make it to a state championship and bring these guys there.
Yeah, and you feel that's attainable this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And last question here, obviously, you play both sides of the ball. Obviously, you're also kick returning a little bit. Mm-hmm. With your injuries, are you trying to take a step back, or do you just want to do it all?
Well, I feel like from the coaching staff and my trainer, I feel like I might be, forced to take a little step back, but I have goals for this season as we just talked about, and I don't want to take any steps back. I don't want to leave this field the last game all the way in December, January. I don't want to leave this field thinking like, shoot, I wish I would have did that, or damn, I wish I would have beat this record or anything like that. I want to know what I want. I want to get there and then walk away and look at it when it's all said and done and say, I did it.
Yeah, exactly. Taking it back to the team for a second, what is the biggest difference you think there is between last year's team and this year's team, especially with the returners coming back and then the freshmen coming up?
I definitely feel like we're more disciplined. I feel like, some team stars like Cam Vaughn, Nathan Rooks, and Jarrett Bosarge, I feel like they've matured. I've matured. Respect for the coaches and respect for the senior leadership has also grown and matured. So I feel like as we move forward, we can have better practices because we're disciplined and listen and know, what exactly we're supposed to do and obtain. I feel like last year, when the seniors and when me, Nathan Rooks, and Jarrett, we all said we wanted to win state, and we thought like, I didn't really know how obtainable it was. It was just well, of course I want to win state, but I never really thought of it before that. Freshman, sophomore year, I was here to play football. I didn't really know anything beyond just playing and taking it win by win and going far into playoffs. But now having last year's season under our belt and making it far into the playoffs where we almost won state, this year it's okay, we were right there. We were so close. This year, let's get after it.
Yeah. You look around the field right now. We're on the home field in St. Vincent. I mean, when you see that grandstand fill up and you see the community, you see the sidelines fill up, what kind of emotion does it bring you on game day?
Well, me personally, I love playing for the people. I like seeing, I know that all the cheerleaders personally, I like seeing them cheer and be happy. I like seeing my mom and Jarrett Bosarge's mom, Miss Felicia, in the stands, hooting and hollering loud. I like running a touchdown and looking in the corner and seeing, all my friends and stuff like that, just cheering, give them a little wink or something like that. And I just love playing for them. I like playing for everybody around here.
Yeah. Speaking of game day, do you have a set routine? Are you a superstitious guy, Kai?
I feel like just stay focused all game day, the night before. Of course, I get a little nervous. I feel like everybody does, even like Tom Brady. I feel like he gets a little bit nervous before games.
Well, he's old now, so who knows?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I get my stuff ready on the Friday or the Saturday, that we're about to play. Make sure I'm staying in touch with my team, have a great meals before that, and stay hydrated, and really just make sure everybody else is ready on game day. Just make sure my team's ready to play and make sure I can support them in whatever they need. And,
Have you been playing with a lot of guys since your younger days?
Actually, no. So I met I'm from Santa Rosa, which is, 20 minutes away. And I didn't know a single person coming to SV. I knew of Jarrett Bosarge because he played for Petaluma Panthers back in the day. So me and Jarrett have been secretly battling for the past 4 or 5 years before we came here. And then me and Jarrett will always, hang out or something like that and think wow, we used to play against each other. And he always says wow, you guys used to win, but we used to battle and how's the competition. So coming here with Jarrett and being able to hopefully win a state chip just feels good.
This must be nice to have him on your team now instead of going against him.
Yeah.
And he probably feels the same way, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't he? So, I mean, what can people really expect from the Mustangs this season?
I think they can expect good attitudes all the way around. I think they can expect, respectful young men that care about their academics and as much as their athletics. I feel like they can just expect stand-up citizens all around, regardless of on the football field or off.
Yeah. Are you looking past senior year at all?
It kind of scares me, really. I mean, I'm not ready to leave this beautiful town of Petaluma. I really don't think I'm ready, but I mean, I do have a whole nother year, and then hopefully by the time when the time comes, hopefully I am ready. But as of now, trying my best not to look at it.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough. I mean, your senior year, obviously, hopefully you don't get senioritis. I pray to God you don't get senioritis, but it is tough, because it is that huge next step. Obviously, you are potentially going to college, potentially working. Who knows where you end up? But sticking with that senior year mentality, man. I mean, it's kind of where you're at right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So stay chip. That's what you want.
Stay chip.
Stay chip. All right, Kai. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You can follow all of our preseason coverage in our print edition at the Press Democrat and PressDemocrat.com.